Hello everyone! Did you know that heart disease is the leading cause of death for most ethnicities in the United States? How about if I was to tell you that there might be a way to cure heart disease? In fact, how about if there might be a way to cure many uncurable diseases? Today, I hope to persuade you to support embryonic stem cell research because I believe it is the perfect time to discover how embryonic stem cell research can benefit us today or in the future. To begin with, I will talk about how embryonic stem cell research will give us a higher understanding of the human body. Second, I will talk about how they can benefit us. Finally, I will discuss how embryonic stem cell research allows the reproduction of other cells. Before I begin, I would like to provide you with some background information. Embryonic stem cell research is derived from in vitro procedures. In vitro procedures are when a female's egg and a male's sperm are manually combined in a laboratory dish. Within the first few days, the egg divides itself into smaller cells, which become known as the blastocyst. The blastocyst contains three major parts: the trophoblast, blasticle, and embryoblast. However, in order for embryonic stem cell research to begin, stem cells must be taken out of the embryoblast, which causes the embryo to be destroyed. To begin with, embryonic stem cells will give us a higher understanding of the human body. According to Jason Leduc, he says, if embryonic stem cell research proceeds, it may allow researchers to study the developmental stages which cannot be known directly through a human embryo, which can be used to treat birth defect, infertility problems, and pregnancy loss. It will also give us a higher understanding of abnormal diseases in the human body, as well as more information on embryonic stem cells and their development. As a person that works at a family planning center, there has been meetings on embryonic stem cells, and I have heard people talk about how if embryonic stem cell research is successful, it will benefit us a lot because we will get the advantage to treat the pregnancy if something is detected in the baby's health. I have seen how painful it is for workers to give the patients the news that something is wrong with their pregnancy. I am sure nobody wants to hear that. And I am most certainly sure that it is the hardest and saddest part of their job. In addition, Jason Leduc says, embryonic stem cell research can allow scientists to test a number of potential medicines and drugs without carrying out any tests on animals. The drug can be tested on the population of cells directly. We will no longer see the cruelty of animal testing, which causes horrific animal suffering. However, in order for that to happen, embryonic stem cell research must move forward. Moreover, now that I have explained how embryonic stem cell research will give us a higher understanding of the human body, let's talk about how it will benefit us. According to health research funding, embryonic stem cell research have the ability to create new organs, new tissues, and systems within the body. It is still not certain which diseases it may be able to cure. However, Lindsay Leon says embryonic stem cell research may be able to cure Alzheimer's disease, heart disease, organ transplants, diabetes, and many more. A team of University of Pittsburgh researchers says embryonic stem cell research has the potential to recover or help those organs that no longer function, showing proof by growing a beating mice heart in the lab with the help of newborn mice cells. As someone who just finished a 10-page research paper on embryonic stem cells, I discovered that there is hope to finding a cure for those deadly diseases. Imagine how many lives would be saved if embryonic stem cells gave us a chance to cure those deadly diseases. People should not just focus on their lifespan, but on our future generations, for example, their children. With new discoveries, we can stop all the painful methods of therapy there is today. Furthermore, now that I have talked to you about how embryonic stem cells will benefit us, it is also important to know how they allow the reproduction of other cells. According to NYLN, embryonic stem cells have the ability to initiate reproduction of other cells that we have in our body because they are pluripotent. which means they can form into anything except for an egg or sperm. Their potential is unlimited because they are blank cells that have not been specialized yet. As a student who took cell biology class in adult school, I learned that embryonic stem cells have the production to reproduce and proliferative. Also, they are easy to get a hold of. According to health research funding, embryonic stem cells may come in handy when treating Alzheimer's disease because scientists plan to inject embryonic stem cells to the brain, which will reproduce and take over for those cells that no longer function. In conclusion, today I have discussed how embryonic stem cells will give us a higher understanding of the human body, how they will benefit us, and how they allow the reproduction of other cells in our body. We want faster, easier, and a more convenient way to cure people. According to health research funding, 68% of Americans support embryonic stem cell research. Ending embryonic stem cell research would be a huge mistake, costing many lives that embryonic stem cell research may have the potential to cure. Why should someone who is dying be denied to live when embryonic stem cell research may have the potential to cure them? If a loved one is dying, I'm sure anyone would do the impossible to keep them alive. That is why we must take advantage of embryonic stem cell research and discover something that years ago would not have been thought of.